video, we're going to be learning how to calculate the circumference of a circle. Now, before trying this, it's probably a good idea to have a bit of a grounding in how to calculate the area and perimeter of some other more familiar shapes, such as squares and rectangles. However, if you're comfortable with that and you're looking for a little bit more of a challenge, then working out the circumference of a circle could be a good next step. So, what is circumference then? Well, the circumference is basically a fancy word for the perimeter of a circle. So all the way around the outside of a circle here is its circumference. So when it comes to squares and rectangles, we would use the word perimeter, but when it comes to a circle, it has its own word, and that word is circumference. Now, to work out the circumference of a circle, we only need to know one other property of the circle, and that is its diameter. So what is the diameter? The diameter is just the distance from one side of a circle all the way to the other side of the circle, passing through the center of the circle. So what I've shown there, approximately, is the diameter, which we just described as d. So the d of this circle here is its diameter going from one side to the other, passing through the center. So, how do we use the diameter to work out the circumference? Well, we can use a formula for that. And that formula is C, circumference, equals pi times the diameter. Or it's often just written as pi d. So C equals pi d. Well, we know what the circumference is. That's the thing we're trying to work out. We know what the diameter is. That's the distance all the way across the circle. What's this strange symbol then? Pi. Well, pi refers to a very specific number that we use a lot of the time when it comes to circles. And that number is 3.141592653, so on and so forth. It goes on a really, really long way, possibly infinitely. However, all you need to really know for the purposes of this video is that pi equals roughly 3.14. So in this video, anytime I'm doing any sort of calculation using pi, I'm just going to treat it as 3.14. Now, if you're doing it on a calculator, some more advanced calculators may have a pi button, which you can hit in order to make this process a bit quicker. But if you don't have that, you just type it in as 3.14. And I am going to be using a calculator to do some of the calculations here, just for quickness. So, we've got a circle here, and we know that we're trying to work out its circumference, and that the circumference equals pi d. Well, we don't know its circumference, but we can see its diameter. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the circumference is going to be pi times 5. Well, we know that pi is 3.14. I'm going to multiply that by 5. Actually, I said I was going to use a calculator, but for this example, I don't think I really need to. I could just do this as a quick sum at the side. 3.14 times 5. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times is 5 plus 2 is 7. 5 times 3 is 15. So the circumference then, and we're going to assume that this is in centimeters, the circumference is 15.7 centimeters all the way around. So by taking the diameter and multiplying it by 3.14, we get our circumference. One more quick example then. We've got a slightly bigger circle this time, but the same process applies. C equals pi d. So pi we know is 3.14, and the diameter is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another quick calculation here. So 3.14, and we're going to times it by 8. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 1 is 8, plus the 3 is 11. And 8 times 3 is 24 plus the 1, 25. Include that decimal point there, and we've got our circumference. So the circumference equals 25.12 centimeters. So that's it, guys. It really is that simple. If you have the diameter, then as long as you multiply it by pi, 3.14, you can work out the circumference. Cheers, guys!